This table talk was made possible by Rare Weekly, a newsletter by themighty.com. I'm Camara, and I'm joined by today.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Kat.
And I'm Skye.
And today we are going to be talking about fashion, appearance, whatever even that means to you. What self-expression on the outside doesn't have to be quote unquote pretty. It is just what makes the expression of yourself on the outside, especially when you're feeling like shit on the inside. What is that to you? What do you do in that way, whether it's for your mental health, for your physical health, and what you don't do? And I'm going to throw it first to Ashley. Ashley, what is your form of self-expression? I know a lot already of it, and I'm very excited to hear more about yours.
For sure. So this is an audio podcast. So to start, I do want the 4 people in this room to share what their current hair color is, or what it might typically be. So for myself, very bright blue. Let me go to you, Camera.
My hair is not one color. It is kind of a purplish red on part of the sides. My bangs are bluish green and blue, and then underneath I have some blue and some purple. I can't pick one color.
I feel that currently my hair is like a pinkish red, reddish pink, more red than pink. But I've been dyeing my hair red since I was, I think, 12 years old. And I've done every color from green, which looked horrible, to pink pretty recently.
Ugh, I'm the boring Betty right now. My hair is just brown with a blonde stripe. But I usually dye my stripe bright red, or I've done a lot of pink in the past. So I once was cool.
I promise you are still cool, Kat, nonetheless. I just wanted to paint that visual picture going into this conversation for the audience. But for me, if you know me at all, it's no secret that I love makeup. I also make my own clothes. So this is a big self-expression area for me in general. For me, makeup in itself is actually a form of self-care. I take 5 minutes a day to do my makeup, sometimes more if I need it, sometimes less, but most of the time around 5 minutes, because that's 5 minutes that I am dedicating to doing just something for myself that just benefits me. Even if I'm just sitting on calls all day and I don't do anything else with that, it just feels good to be able to do that. And it's also a really, really good barometer for myself to know how I'm doing, because if I can't take those 5 minutes for myself, it usually means my mood is not in a great spot, my physical health is not in a great spot, which can sometimes be the first indicator before I can even feel those things myself. So it does play like a really, really solid connection in my day-to-day to how my health is doing.
That's so interesting that you intentionally take like 5 minutes and that's what that means to you. I intentionally don't do my makeup every day so that I can save 5 minutes and save myself energy. And I think that to me is like for me, such a big part of this. Like typically my mental health doesn't really affect my ability to like personally groom except for maybe my teeth, but my physical health, like you can definitely tell how I'm feeling based on what I'm wearing. If I'm wearing what I wore the day before, I'm doing real bad. If my hair looks like hasn't done in a while, doing real bad. So I try and save myself time by not like wearing makeup, but I love the fact that it has the opposite effect for you, Ashley. What about you, Skye?
Like you, Kat, I have cut out fun makeup, fashion, all of that to save time, spoons, energy. And I really love hair, makeup, fashion. I watch all the fun like YouTube videos. I remember when Nikki tutorials first started. I watch like every fashion video Molly Burke makes. Like I love all of that stuff, but I find I have to live more vicariously through others. My coworkers know this. I wear pretty much the same outfit, like multiple days in a row. Shout out to Old Navy, vintage high-rise joggers, hashtag not sponsored. But no, that's what I wear every day because they're easy on my tummy and I can like move them below my stomach when I get all bloated. And I do have fun compression socks to make some attempt at fun fashion because I do like dressing out there. If I had my dream, I'd be in vintage clothing all day, every day. I do own a petticoat. I might own 2. I'm not sure.
Petticoat?
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing. A petticoat.
Yeah, I used to love wearing like 3 patterns at once, which wasn't my best phase. But yeah, now I just kind of try to make up for it with my hair, which is important to me. getting kind of bummed out talking about this, in part because when I was younger, I really loved the Mary Tyler Moore show. Still do, but Mary Tyler Moore, always put together, always glamorous, ready to take down the patriarchy like one blazer at a time. My mom and I used to say, if you're feeling good, you're feeling confident, even like Hammer said, if you feel like shit on the inside, you dress like a Mary on the outside, you're good. But I've been having more and more Rhoda days where, I wear the baggier clothing, I'm a bit frumpier, but I'm trying to learn to be okay being a Rhoda, doing makeup for fun, doing hair for fun, trying on fun clothes. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. I can put on I'm trying to speak this into existence, that I can put on a fun shade of lipstick and that's it while wearing sweatpants. So it's definitely been a journey for sure. Camera, you are an icon with so many cool hats. Like, you always wear just the snazziest things. Please, like, tell me what your journey with fashion's been.
Oh, Skye, I first want to say, like, I don't think that you need to like put together a full outfit or put together or have like the full effort into fashion to participate in fashion or to participate in style. Like you said, you have the cool compression socks, or you have like the days when you feel like you just want to wear like the Old Navy and you do it again and again and that makes you feel good, or you feel like you've added one thing. That's effective. Like, yes, those compression socks are amazing. I had a phase when I was 14 where I was into like high-rise socks.
Oh, yes. Ditto.
Yes, that was gonna be me. It's not anymore. I don't know why that happened, but ADHD. Fashion's very important, slash style mainly for me. Ever since I was, I think, 15, and my grandmother had passed away when I was younger and left me some vintage hats, and my mom gave me a bunch of her old clothes, and I just started developing style, basically growing up thrifting, and I really appreciated being able to find stuff that made me happy and that I got to put on and wear, and it was like a mental game for me. I deal with depression and anxiety and my ADHD, and it can really make me feel stuck. And there are days where I don't want to get out of bed. There are days where I do not want to get dressed, but just having that effort and knowing that how that will make me feel makes such a difference in my life. Sometimes I'll put together an outfit before bed, and because I really want to be intentional about going out that day, if it's going to make me feel better. And sometimes the best outfits I've created have been on the fly, where I only have 5 to 10 minutes to put together an outfit. I pull whatever I can out of my drawers, and if anything, it energizes me to put together that outfit on the fly with that time. And if I still feel good about it, if I still like kind of going out there and feeling like I have some color or something on me, it brings me joy, and I feel like it makes my mental health feel better, as well as like my hair. You'll know like by what I'm wearing how I'm feeling. If I haven't tried it, if I'm like in a sweats I'm probably very much low energy, not feeling myself. But if I'm dressed to the nines, I'm either really trying to push past the depression, or I'm feeling myself. So that's, yeah, and I have a collection of about 100 hats. Hats are my thing. Gotta top it off with a hat.
I do have a question for you all. Do you feel like your clothes that you wear, do you feel like if you had the choice, they were what you would choose to wear as well? Or if you had all of the spoons in a day and all of the energy and maybe all the money, that you would wear things differently? Because I'm even thinking from the fact of, I prefer wearing tight fitting clothes most of the time. It just feels more comfortable on my body. I tend to like how I look a little bit better in them. Those are all things that help me. However, that's not always realistic. If I'm not feeling well in a lot of different ways, having something with a lot of pockets and a lot of, cushion and space is what I will need to do. So does it change based on how you're feeling?
Sure does. I used to be like kind of like, I lived in New York for 7 years, and that became a real era for me to like really experiment with what I was wearing. I would go to a lot of events, and it was really fun to play around. And like, I don't have a lot of those clothes anymore, because it just got to a point where I was just like, I have nowhere to wear this. I have no reason to wear this. I can only get so adventurous, I think, with my leggings, which is pretty much what I wear every day. But my accessories is kind of like my big embrace. I'm known for wearing a headband. Right now I'm wearing my migraine ice hat, but I normally wear a headband every single day in a different pattern every day, and that at least feels like something I have control over, that I got to pick, that my health doesn't get to decide. So that's a great question.
Your headbands are iconic, by the way. And I see that as a really cool part of your style.
Thank you.
Ashley, you just really you took me by surprise with that question. I didn't expect to be as emotional about style as I feel myself getting. Whew, if I had the time, the energy, all the money in the world, wow, yeah, I'd probably dress completely differently. I love being comfortable. I would definitely experiment more. I would want to probably wear a lot more dresses. But, it's hard also finding a personal style when, especially with rare disease and stuff, you spend so many years struggling for a diagnosis and just in and out of the hospital all the time. You're like, well, I gotta wear something I can get up and go in. Or the amount of times I've regretted whatever I'm wearing when I have to go to the ER, and I'm like, well, it would have been better if I just had on my sweatpants and sweatshirt. And now I feel like I'm at the hospital all the time for physical therapy and everything, and I'm like, well, what's the use of wearing fun clothes when I'm just gonna go to the hospital? Yeah, sorry, getting emotional.
That's why we should all be Ashley, because Ashley just makes her own clothes. If I could teach myself or learn how to make my own clothes, yeah, I'd be as cool as Ashley.
If I had the energy and time, I would do what you do, Ashley. That would make me so happy, and I've tried, and that you are able to just that your mind wants to and is so good at it. It's just amazing. I marvel at your brilliance in that. For me, I think I would keep most of the clothes I have, but of course, if I had more money, I'd probably buy some vintage pieces or figure out maybe ways to accentuate what I have or thrift more, just for the mental health days. Let's give a one final tip for anyone who wants to be able to just do one thing for self-expression, whether it's going to help their physical health or their mental health. What would you say to someone who's looking to do that and maybe doesn't have all of the spoons every day?
I would say embrace color. That's one thing I've done, right? I could wear black leggings, but I also could wear with splattered paint on them. I could wear a black sweatshirt, but I could also wear a blue sweatshirt with a striped headband. So incorporating color has been pretty good for me.
I think incorporating color is huge. That's how I feel about my compression socks and everything like that, and my hair, obviously. I think a big part about style is working on self-esteem too, and feeling that confidence, or to wear what you want, or giving yourself permission to, like I said, you don't have the energy for a full outfit, put on some blue lipstick. I did that once in college, and my professor was worried about my health. But I know self-esteem is so hard, and it definitely affects my relationship with clothes, makeup, and hair. And I say this pretty much every table talk, therapy helps with that. And I'm telling you, therapy has helped my sense of style a lot. Self-esteem is hard, but you got this.
I think I've said this before for other topics or table talk, but this idea of that there isn't a one size fits all in terms of what you can or have to do. If you want a fun lipstick, that can be it, and that's great. Do that middle ground that makes you feel good. I know for me, I feel like I have a very different relationship with certain elements of self-care in my life. So exercise and makeup are two things that I need to do basically every day to make my body and my brain feel best for them. I don't like one of those activities when I go into it. So to me, it's finding the kind of balance of you have to be able to find joy in what you're doing. If spending 5 minutes doesn't bring you joy, then allow yourself to accept that fact that you may want to do it, but if it's not bringing you joy and it's just wasting energy, that's also okay. And you can save those for other times and dress up when you have no reason to, or dress down when you might want to dress up. There's no rules. All rules have to do with how you're feeling about yourself. So I would just say, just kind of look inward, see how that actually makes you feel, and try to make the decision from that versus that kind of external feeling.
Couldn't agree more. Do it for you. Don't do it for anyone else. You can challenge yourself, but it's got to feel good for you. Doesn't have to be a lot. Can just be one thing, but make sure it feels like it's authentic to you. Thank you all for sharing these wisdoms of fashion and hair and expression of yourself throughout. I really appreciate this conversation. Just style is so fun. Mental health, and physical health are important through expression. If you want more conversations like this, subscribe to Rare Weekly by going to bit.ly/rareinbox. That's bit.ly/RAREINBOX. We'll see you in your inbox. Bye.
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 Bye-bye.